Welcome to the Stabilization Grant Reconciliation tutorial. The Stabilization Grant Reconciliation is available in your program's organization dashboard. If you or another administrator listed on the license or an owner need access to the program organization dashboard, please email support@okra.org with the name, OPIN, and program license number stating that access is needed. Please note, whoever starts the reconciliation is the one whose information will populate in the General Information section. Other program administrators who have organization dashboard access can edit and submit the reconciliation, but whoever opened it initially is who will receive notifications regarding status. To access the Stabilization Grant reconciliation, log into your Ohio Professional Registry profile. Once logged into your registry profile, click on your name in the upper right corner and select Organization Dashboard. Select the program name from the drop-down menu and then navigate to the Applications tab in the Program Organization Dashboard. Locate your approved Stabilization Grant application. For this program, all applications for Phase 1, 2, and 3 have been approved, and there is a draft Stabilization Grant reconciliation for Phase 3. You will not have access to the Stabilization Grant reconciliation if there is a draft application in your organization dashboard. You may complete and submit the draft application if additional funds are requested. If the draft application was created in error, please contact support@okra.org to have the draft application removed to a closed status. To begin a reconciliation, click on the green plus Add Reconciliation button in the Action column. For this test program, the reconciliation has already been opened and is in draft status, so I will click Edit to open it. Keep in mind, if you have not requested all of the program's available funding, a pop-up will be displayed informing you that if you start a reconciliation, you are forfeiting the remainder of the funding for that cycle. To request additional funds, click the Cancel button and then create a new application. If you choose to forfeit the funds, click the blue Continue to Reconciliation button to move forward. To complete the reconciliation, you will start by reviewing the information in the General Information section. All of this information is data pulled directly from your registry profile. It is the information of the person who initially opened the reconciliation form. It will list the professional's name, their role, the program name, program number, total license capacity, and program type. This information cannot be edited or changed. The next section is expenses. Each activity will be listed under the expenses section based on the use of the subgrant funds that were selected in the application. To reconcile, type the amount of expenses per subgrant activity in the boxes next to each activity. Once you begin typing, the total expenses activity will begin to total each entry for that subgrant. Do not round your entries and enter your exact expenses, even if the amount is over the total requested amount. Each activity should have a dollar amount. If you find that activity selected in the application has $0, then enter a 0 in that field. The subtotal amount entered for each subgrant can meet or exceed the subgrant requested amount. Your expenses may exceed the requested amount in one subgrant if another subgrant is less than the requested amount. If the program chooses not to receive funds in a certain subgrant category, the field will appear blank and state waived in the use of subgrant funds category. The first subgrant category is operating new pandemic costs. The use of subgrant funds state in the first section to pay personnel costs. This could be wages or benefits. And the second part is purchasing sanitizer, classroom dividers, cleaning supplies, temporary sinks, thermometers, etc. Anything else that facilitate business practices consistent with safety protocols. The total requested amount on your application was $65,000. So in this particular case, we are going to say that our total expenses were $55,000 for paying personnel costs. The purchasing of sanitizer and other items for safety protocols was $10,000. As you can see, that total amount populated in the total expenses column, and it matches the total requested. So for that one, we spent exactly what we requested. For the next row, workforce recruitment and retention, providing increased wages, paying sign-on and retention bonuses, and funding recruitment activities. The requested amount was $15,000. In this case, $10,000 went to providing increased wages, and sign-on and retention bonuses was $5,000, and zero was spent on recruitment activities. In the next row, $3,900 was requested for expanding the number of current classrooms or reopening classrooms, increasing technology, and supporting programs serving school-age children in addressing learning gaps and meeting social emotional needs of school-age children. For this one, we expanded a classroom using $2,500. We increased technology by spending $1,000. We spent $400 on programs serving school-age children in addressing learning gaps. Again, our total expenses were $3,900. Our total requested was $3,900. Under mental health, workforce, and family support, purchasing program materials and supplies, or providing family engagement activities, we requested $3,500 for this, and we split that between the two categories, say $2,000 for purchasing program materials and $1,500 for family engagement activities. The last column has our total expenses automatically added, and it matches our requested amounts. So the total amount we owe back is $00. The last section of the application is the certification. By checking this box, you are stating that you agree to the following. You certify the information provided is true and accurate to the best of your knowledge and represents the actual expenses used with these funds. You understand that you will need to keep receipts and documentation for purchases made with these funds. And you understand that your reconciliation may be selected for a desk review where all documentation related to the reported expenses will need to be uploaded and submitted to Okra. Once all of these boxes are checked, you will see the Submit Expenses button has turned to green. So you can either continue to save your reconciliation as a draft if you need to go back and re-enter any of the information, or if you are complete and everything has been entered correctly, you have clicked all the buttons to certify it, you can go ahead and click Submit Expenses. So in this case, we will go ahead and click Submit Expenses, and we have received a pop-up box for a desk review stating that your program has been randomly selected for desk review. Please use the file uploader in the form and upload all documentation pertaining to the amounts claimed for all stabilization subgrants. Your current data has been saved. So everything we've entered has been saved. So if I click OK, this is going to take me back to the reconciliation. But now I have another box where it says attachment. I am now required to submit my receipts and documentation that show all of the expenses that I have spent on the form. So I am going to click on this. I am going to add my PDF documentation that shows my receipts and documentation. And once that is uploaded, you can see the file, Stabilization Grant Reconciliation, PDF. Then I click the last certification box saying that I provide documentation for the purchases claimed in this reconciliation. I've clearly marked the corresponding expense category on my documentation. Once I click that certification, I am now able to submit expenses by clicking the green button. I return to my dashboard page and it shows that my Phase 3 Stabilization Grant Reconciliation has been submitted. You will receive a notification of submission and can view the status of the reconciliation in the Applications tab. When a desk review reconciliation status is verified, this means that the desk review process is closed and no further action is needed. If additional action is needed, you will receive a notification stating what action is needed. Again, if you have any questions at all, please contact support@okra.org.